Okay, welcome. This is ATnT360 Radio. Whoa. Yeah, this is actually a very exciting episode because I'm here with the very big fish himself, the creator, the mastermind behind so many things that is actually happening right now. He is Mr. Ehis Onoigboria. Sir, Twilight, I greet you, sir.
The man with the golden voice. If you had gotten that name wrong, I bet you'd probably be somewhere close to,
I beg you,
somewhere
please.
close to, the Bob himself, But for getting it right, and I think we'll be together on this program and we'll see why. My name is Ehis Onoigboria. That's the full pronunciation.
Okay.
Alright?
So, can you tell us what you do, things you handle?
The man with the golden voice. You want to act as if you don't know what we do. You know what we do, and we do it well.
Exactly.
What I do, for those that do not know, I'm a passionate person when it comes to travel-related issues. So our project, ATnT360, Aviation, Travels and Tourism, report. So what we intend to do is to bring to the larger public everything related to the aviation industry, the tourism industry,
Okay.
travels generally, that's what ATnT360 stands for. So like you said, what do? We do everything aviation, everything travel, and everything tourism. That's just it.
Okay. So, I'm going to tell you something you've never heard, but you're going to hear it right now. He actually landed, he took a flight to Ojas to handle some certain things, and he's just coming from the airport, straight from the airport, hot, steez, and all that. So, sir, I know we're going to talk about that sooner or later, but let's carry on with the interview, sir.
I'll keep repeating that same old name. The man with the golden voice. You're taking me off, off my feet because I just landed. Had a couple of flights, connecting flights all the way from Algiers back to Cairo, from Cairo, to Lagos, Nigeria, and dashing down to the studio, to quickly do one or two things, like we always do it. We do it for TV, we do it for radio. It's a passion, and we keep rolling, So, like you said, we were in Algiers to do something for the industry. We want to put our program, our project on the continental level. So, but more details on that will come on the TV section.
Okay.
But for now, let's keep Canex cool. Canex is actually the creative industry powered by Afrexim Bank. So what they do is trying to put all creative minds, together under a particular platform every year.
Okay.
Where they celebrate creative, talents. So all come together from diverse industry. You can't imagine the experience.
That's beautiful.
So we took. I saw amazing talents. I saw gifted hands and everything. But don't worry. Stay tuned. It's good. The man with golden voice wants to steal this show by bringing me on, bringing Canex on this program.
Yes,
I ain't talking anything about
I
Canex on
beg
this
you
program.
now, something small.
Canex is coming on the TV,
Oh,
so stay tuned on what the TV, where you get full details of Canex 2024. So that's it, MGV.
Okay, so, sir, before coming up here, you were actually the CEO of Iceberg Atlantic. At least you were a little bit comfortable.
You're making me look bigger than my size. I'm
So that my salary will increase. Please help me. I need to do this thing so that my salary will increase.
No. You keep tagging. See nothing. We're just managing different brands and integrating different concepts and different ideas. All is still about travels. I know you're talking about Iceberg Atlantic.
Yes.
Iceberg Atlantic is a major project that a major company that bankrolls a couple of other ideas. So what Iceberg Atlantic does is passenger facilitation,
Okay.
airport logistics generally,
Okay.
and a couple of clients, that's making us smile, annually.
Okay.
So that's for Iceberg, So Iceberg actually gave an insight into what AT&T would do. That was couple of years back, when we started the airport logistics business, and we saw lapses in the industry, and then we felt that how do we, get these lapses,
Solved.
solved, and the concept, came up from there.
Okay.
Why not create a media platform where, where you can speak this out and profile solutions to these issues in this industry, generally. So that's for Iceberg Atlantic. But on this platform, don't take it away, boy. ATnT360 owns this platform. Every other
Exactly.
person, every other product, every other company would come behind ATnT360. That's the project.
Okay, so you talked about some lapses you've been seeing in airports, aviation sector, and I know you've been a main player and all that. So the dream of Ice Plus Business Network, how did it come to be?
Okay,
What
yeah.
narrates? What was the narration?
Okay, Ice Plus Business Network is actually the mother company for ATnT360.
Okay.
ATnT360 is a subsidiary of Ice Plus Business Network. Like it sounds, it's a business network, for creatives, manage talents, manage.
So ice.
Yeah, that's it. That's the fun in it.
Ice.
You know what I stands for? It's cool all the way. Whether you like it or not, it's ever gonna be cool.
Okay.
With us. So, like you asked, Ice Plus Business Network is the mother company for ATnT360. Ice Plus Business Network owns ATnT360 in
Okay.
totality.
Okay, so when did it start?
Um,
Was it from your heart or you saw something else?
like every visionary leader would say, inspiration, came up one day, and this is the story today.
Whoa. So is it more like a dream or hocus pocus? You just woke up and like, yes, son, this is it. Or you saw some things and like, okay, yes, this is actually what I want to do.
Okay, let's get down to business. It's not just dreaming.
Okay.
I don't do a dream. Even if I do a dream, I plan while dreaming.
Oh, that's good.
So like I said, I've been running Iceberg Atlantic for almost 15 years now.
15
yeah,
years.
15 years. Yeah,
Whoa.
I actually did register that company. I actually did register that company way back, way back 2009.
Okay.
And we've done a couple of businesses with good big brands. Like I would always say, was at the point of this business that the dream of setting up a platform, that would actually project that industry, the aviation industry, the travel industry generally, because my Iceberg does hotel reservations, ticket booking,
Okay.
passenger facilitation, and generally airport logistics. So it was at that point, that dream, like you called it, came in, and I said to myself, how can we, enhance, productivity and service delivery, in this industry? So I said, okay, the only way we can enhance service delivery in this industry is to surely get feedback from the public. So let's know what the public feels about this industry.
Okay.
So based on that, we chose to set up a media platform, and today we own a TV and a radio for aviation and for tourism.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. So you just spoke about tourism. So far, so good. Has it been up there when it comes to governmental help and exposure?
Wow. Well, somewhere somehow, this man with the golden voice, you still want to take me back to Canex. If I say Canex, I mean my latest strip out of the
Okay.
out of the
Connex.
territory of Nigeria. And if you say tourism, you need to visit places. In terms of what government is doing in terms of tourism in Nigeria. Couple of states are trying. Give it to Cross River.
Oh, yeah.
I could take you back to when His Excellency Donald Duke, the former governor of Cross River State. He did so much, in tourism in that state, and I was a part of that. Somehow I was a part of that.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. Then
way back.
way back. We had a job with Cross River State Tourism Bureau.
Whoa.
We were involved in this Tinapa, story. We were involved in the Calabar Carnival story.
Whoa.
At that initial stage, we were very much on board. We had a project, the Creative Academy, which we took around over 28 states, to get creative minds together.
Okay.
And it was hosted in Calabar, during the Christmas Carnival.
Okay.
That stuff actually was sponsored by the office of the First Lady, then. And Tinapa was part of the story. And I can remember Obudu Cattle Ranch had its best of time, during the Duke.
Wow.
But subsequent governments, we can't really say for the passion. Okay. But he had passion for it. Other states, Ekiti is trying to do something in tourism now.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
Ekiti is trying to do something in tourism. And I think myself and you actually met with the DG,
Yes.
Ekiti State Tourism Board,
yes, DG
and he's so excited about what we do, and he wants us to, have a visit, to Ekiti State and see what, the present government is doing. So we've got a couple of G's for you guys as regard Ekiti, and Lagos is pushing. But I tell you, if you want to go to resort places, you want to go to hotels and beautiful places to chill out, just watch us. We'll give you details on what Lagos has got, for you. Okay. And believe me, there are beautiful places in Nigeria. There's a place. Let me give you a story.
Okay.
There's a place somewhere in Oyo State. It's saying local government precisely. It's saying local government precisely. Ado Hawaii, village. We've done our research. Well, the best of research we could do to ask Google, and Google has actually told us a bit of what we found out on ground. There's a lake, actually situated at the top of a mountain. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And it is a suspended lake. It's called the Iyake Lake.
Suspended lake.
Yeah, suspended lake on a mountain.
Whoa.
So it's I don't know if I say about the 10th wonder of the world, because I'm here to see, such kind of marvel. We were briefed by His Royal Highness, that there are two types of such on Earth, but one is in the USA, in Colorado precisely, and but we heard that one is actually an artificial lake, but this one happens to be a natural lake. And from those that we spoke with on that, the archaeologists, geologists, anthropologists, all the gist on ground. And the same story is that nobody's found out the depth of that, and there's so much story around it, but you guys stay tuned. We'll bring you something, something close to reality as regards that tourism site. It's not a UNESCO certified site yet, but we're going to do our best, push to the highest level that we can push. I had a speech, I had a presentation in Algiers, and I did mention, about this particular, lake. Okay. It's the map. I'm here to find a word to
well, out of this world.
It's out of this world, but it's on the surface of this earth. I would like to say I'd not seen the lake myself, because I couldn't make it to the top of the mountain, but my team.
Oh my God, boss.
No, seriously, I had preparations for, I had taken some, stimulants, the day before, I had taken enough amala,
Jeez.
taken enough amala.
I
and
think we need to send something.
I've taken enough. I took enough amala that day. The day before, I
Okay.
took a couple of energy drinks to
Yeah,
stimulate
to
my
boost
body.
yeah, exactly.
Add glucose, powered
Oh my
my.
God, pump it, pump.
But seriously, on the day, I got halfway.
Sense all this
But
bad.
no, listen. It wasn't that I couldn't. It wasn't that I couldn't climb the top of the mountain.
Okay.
But I had a revelation in my heart. God sent a message to me not to
thank
go
you,
there.
Lord.
So what I did, I stopped halfway and I sent my men.
Hallelujah. Can
So
you speak that? Yeah.
Seriously speaking, my crew actually got there, got first-hand information at the capture of what the lake is, and it does exist there.
I've made it to the very top. AT&T the crew has made it to the very, very top mountain of Iyake, Aduawaye mountain. And this is actually behind me, the lake called Iyake. Wow.
It's a wonder of its own.
Wow.
So pretty soon, we'll do in another. I'm sorry, MGV. I need to let the public know. The third edition of the Yake Festival is actually coming in.
Okay. Yes.
On the 16th to 19th of November. Next month. So it's going to be a 4 days fantastic, festival. I feel and I think any love of nature, should be a part of that festivity.
All right, sir. I'm going to ask you. So far, so good. What other areas have you covered so far when it comes to exploring and tourism? Is there any other destination points you've actually covered? I think there's this festival in Ogun State. What do you call it? What's that festival again? All about that guy with the steez.
Ojude Oba.
Ojude Oba. So please, can you just give us a little thing about
Ojude Oba actually stole the airwave, during the last Ileya festival. We were there, we were on ground, fully prepared to catch the excitement. That was our second edition of covering Ojude Oba.
Wow.
And it was a colorful event,
Beautiful.
and
So I heard.
beautiful event to behold. You'll give it to the Jebus, whether you like it or not. The Jebus are. What do you guys call it? They've got steez.
Yeah, they got the steez,
And it was a colorful event.
Yeah, I saw the pictures. I saw the pictures, the way they were dressed with the traditional attire.
The attires, give it to
men.
these guys.
Then the horses, how it's like they seem to be very traditional, and they have this historic background when it comes to that Ojude festival.
Yeah, we had a couple of interviews with the shakers and the makers of that festivity.
Okay.
And they gave us a full background of what the story behind the Ojude Oba festivity.
Wow.
Is, and all these stuffs are on our platform, ATnT360 TV on YouTube. So you can just click and watch and enjoy the festivity.
And don't forget to subscribe.
And don't forget to subscribe. There's more to come. Outside the Ogun State, there was another lovely event, in Delta State, Kwale, precisely.
Kwale.
Kwale, Abe community.
Okay.
Abe community. That's another festivity that I'm yet to find out the story behind the festivity. You
Whoa.
know, the man with the golden voice. That festivity is an all-comers festivity. You know what they do there?
What?
Just come have fun.
Just come and have fun.
Just come and have fun.
Woo! I'm not gonna miss the next edition. Please, please,
Serious.
please, seriously.
It was just come have fun.
Wow.
Coming to have fun is determined by your definition of what fun is. So
Interesting.
anything goes.
Oh my
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, boss.
Anything goes.
Yeah, boss. Nice one, boss. Nice one.
Seriously.
Nice
So it was equally colorful.
Okay.
You know, very, very natural. You know, you could feel the pulse of the people, the excitement. You know, and you see one dude running around with with eagle on his head. You know, and saying. You know,
It can only happen in Nigeria, you
serious,
know.
a living bird,
Jeez.
eagle, you know, and I said it's a tradition where they've been practicing it for decades.
Okay.
You know, the summary of it all was that festivity, was just come out fun.
Oh, okay.
Just come, no major attires, attached to that festivity compared to what what we saw at Ojide Oba, and it was, you could come with your jeans, you could come with your pajamas, you could come if you got strings, and the guidelines but you could come with strings.
Please don't
For
come with
real,
your
so you could come with your
Oh my
blanket,
God.
you could come with your blanket, you could come with your agbada attire.
Okay.
The truth is, just come out and have fun.
Okay. And it's
so-
safe, right?
No, it's for what we saw last time, it was 101% safe. There was
Beautiful.
no hassle.
Okay.
You know, if you want to get high on stimulants, you want to get high on liquor.
Blah, 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 blah.
You
All
want
right.
to get
Blah, blah.
high. You want to get high on chicks. Just come in there.
Please.
Just
Please,
come in.
please. Oh, no, please.
So
We need to-
that's for the Abbey Festival
Okay.
in Kwale, and it was beautiful too.
Okay.
Another feel of a different kind of cultural display.
Okay.
And in the Calabar Carnival, like we always say, that's our own Brazilian carnival here.
Beautiful.
Seriously,
Yes.
Calabar Carnival. Give it to whoever started that carnival.
Yeah, kudos.
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 That person understands what carnival life is. I've been a part of it before, and years after I still going on that, that style.
Ah,
And I think we were both in an event where the governor actually launched the,
Yes.
so
Correct, governor.
this year's carnival is going to be another bubbly one, but watch out. We're going to do a preparatory program towards the 2024 Calabar Carnival. So stay tuned to our station, watch us when this thing starts rolling.
Okay, now we're talking about Nigeria. Have you made any content to let everybody know about other countries all over the world?
Yes. Okay. Just stay tuned. That's it. Stay tuned. Like we always do on our platform.
My God.
Like we always do on our platform, it's an aviation and a travel and a tourism platform.
Okay.
So anything related to this stuff, giving you 54 nations in Africa, we have a detailed program that tells you about, information that you need, about
Wow.
these countries in terms of tourism and in terms of travels. So every of the African nation, has been mentioned on this program.
Okay.
So you just keep watching where you want to travel to, where you want to go to, just click, on our platform and listen to details, of what, you actually need to visit these countries, from Algeria to South Africa,
that's
just get stay tuned. So we've covered the entire 54 African countries, and
Whoa.
and believe me, everything we said on those countries are authentic.
Serious.
We're next to Google,
Next to Google.
You can verify us. you understand? Go verify.
Boss. childhood.
Yeah.
You know, I know before all these things came up and all that. Was there any link to your childhood? Probably you were seeing planes and you're like, someday I'm going to do this, or through the TV or something. Something must
You
have
know,
spiked.
this guy wants people to feel. This guy wants people to feel that I'm a Jebo boy. I tell you my story, but my story is beyond being a Jebota, being a Jebo. You know, but I'm a destined child. You know,
Yeah,
I'm a destined child.
destined child,
You know,
baby.
I'm a destined child. I just somehow, I don't know. I was giving birth to.
Oh, praise God. Just like that, too.
Just
Daddy
like
and
that, you
mommy.
know. So like you asked them, as a child, I actually schooled somewhere close to the airport.
Whoa,
So
that's where it began.
yeah, I actually schooled somewhere close to the airport. I actually lived just across, the international, airport. You know, so a couple of, a walking distance from the domestic terminal. You know, so if you talk about planes landing and taking off, it was a regular sight.
Whoa.
You know, it was a regular sight. You know, morning, afternoon, and night. You know, you could see. Growing up, we could even mention planes are in the sky. You know, going on. So that's Nigeria is, and
Wow.
So that's how close I was to. You know, but I've never dreamt of being a pilot. So I know you should have been asking me that. You know, so I've
It's
never
like
wanted.
he knew what I
No,
wanted to
no,
say.
no, probably.
He knew it. Oh
No,
my God.
seriously, I never dreamt of being a pilot.
Okay.
You know, it wasn't in my, my thinking. Neither was in my brain box. You know, but beyond that, I've always dreamt to own an airline.
Whoa.
That's my greatest dream. Seriously, that's where the name Iceberg Atlantic actually, came in from. That name befits an airline. Yeah. And I know a couple of calls that we've had over the years, asking us if we are an airline. We've done a couple of chartered services.
Okay.
You understand, but it's not ours. You understand? So I paid flights, PJs, private jets, and arrangement and everything. So, but I know before the trumpet sounds, we're going to own an airline called Iceberg
Oh,
Atlantic.
thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Before the trumpet sounds. I want to bring out something. It may not be relevant, but probably it is. I want to talk about the yellow card.
Okay.
Just give us briefly. Tell us briefly about that yellow card.
Briefly. Yeah, the yellow card vaccination. It's a card that you take against it's a vaccine that you take while you travel across territories. It should have been outdated now, but a couple of African nations still request for you having a yellow card to show that you've been vaccinated against yellow fever and every other the sorts of its kind. But it's long overdue. I think we do justice to what relevance the yellow card actually plays. And I assure our viewers we'll get the appropriate authorities that would speak on this.
Good.
And if it's still
matter.
very much relevant. I traveled lately and I had a yellow card, with me, and from point 1 to point 2 and point 3 at the final destination, nobody asked for it.
Really?
Yeah, I was asked to present my yellow card at the point of getting my boarding pass in Lagos, which I did.
Okay.
And from there, I spent close to about 8 days outside, till I got back. Nobody asked for it.
Wow.
So we stopped over at Cairo, International Airport. Nobody asked for it. And we had a transit there. Spent close to 14 hours transit. Lovely town. I need to tell you, you need to pay a visit to Cairo. Not the Cairo where Pharaoh, drove Moses away. Even Moses would not go this time around.
Ooh.
If any Pharaoh decides to drive Moses off, that land, Moses no go gree.
You know, go-
You know, so no, that city
My
for that
boss.
short stay it was a beautiful city.
Oh, that's
You
good.
know, so like you asked, yellow card, nothing happened about the yellow card. I
Okay.
boarded another flight connecting Algiers,
Oh, yes,
you know,
yeah.
and got into Algeria. Despite the fact that we were on a VIP arrival platform in Algiers because of Canex, you know, nobody did ask for yellow card. On our way
Okay.
back, all through back the same route, nobody asked for it. So I'm trying to figure out what's the relevance of the yellow card, if there's still a regulation, that backs the usage. Let me give you a typical example. The COVID card that was actually mandatory
Okay.
after the COVID pandemic is no more in use. And some of us actually took the vaccine and had the card, and I think ever since I've just used it once when I went to at the Arab Emirates, then after my return, everywhere I've been to, nobody's asked for it. It's no more relevant. I can say for that, for now. But for the yellow card, there's still a level of resistance that you have it, and why is what we don't know. So we're going to make it a German topic to discuss about. We'll look for the relevant authorities. The Port Health, there's an hospital or a clinic at the airport called Port Health, managed by the Ministry of Health and Aviation together. And I think we'll get someone to speak on it. The relevance of that, because someone still called me not too long ago that wants to travel and it was told to. So, well, we're not saying it's not relevant, but we need to let the public know, which of these countries actually needs you to have a yellow card while you're traveling. For the land borders, yes, and I remember again, the last trip we did to Accra, Ghana, because we went on a road trip to Accra, Ghana, and it was mandatory at that land border, funny enough, if it's to prevent some certain, illnesses and stories attached to it, those that do not have it pay for it. So what's the essence behind? So why bother yourself?
Exactly.
Why not just go through and pay for it?
Yes.
They ask you yellow card, no yellow card,
The other card.
under safer. So no safer, no yellow card,
yellow card.
get out. So we
Oh
we
my
really need to
God,
know
oh
what's
my
up with
God,
the yellow
this
card
is
stuff.
beautiful,
That was a good one you asked me.
Okay.
Because we need to put a bit of vibes into that that arena and find out what's actually happening there.
Okay. Beg, are you married, sir?
If I run businesses like this and I don't have a wife, that means I should be I should be the father of all nations, Abraham. Yeah, I'm happily married.
Happily married,
that.
okay?
Yeah, happily married. Got kids, beautiful.
Oh, really?
Beautiful.
How many? How many?
They know they count children for Africa.
Oh boy, yeah.
I put 10. I born man, I born woman.
Ifu.
If you have a good wife, you have a good business.
Good.
You understand? So
You heard that.
if,
Good wife, good business.
if I could manage brands like this for over a long period of time, and our only 2 weeks we've been doing good.
Wow.
We've been doing good. I can make bold of that. For everywhere we step our foot on, we'll leave our mark in good terms.
Okay.
You understand? So without a good backing from the home side, we would have been able to survive this time. So that's good.
Okay.
That's good. The home side is good.
Beautiful.
Very
So
supportive.
I got something from my boss right now. Good wife, good business. Good wife, good business. Like that Chinese man when we were small, that advert, Yoshi 9, Yokai 9.
Good
Good
thinking,
thinking,
good
good products.
products.
So, boss,
Yoshi
how do you
9.
unwind? How do you unwind? No lie, you. How you they take unwind, sir? I know because so many things sometimes, but
Working in this industry, the travel industry, you can't do yourself. If you do yourself, you don't get customer, you don't get client.
From the horse's mouth
You see,
itself.
you need to be a happy guy because the play is where the money comes from.
Whoa,
If
another
you
quotation again. The play is where the money comes from. Listen, the play is where the money comes from.
If you don't play the play, you know you can't get profit from your business.
My God, if you don't play the play, you cannot get profit from your business. Oh my God, I don't the right hand down.
So this industry is massive.
Whoa.
In terms of content, you know, and the essence why we're doing this because we need to tell our story. We need to tell our story. Let me tell you, the presentation I delivered at the Canex section, Nigeria International Film Festival, the title of that presentation was Aviation Travels, you know, and Tourism, Connecting People Through Storytelling. You understand? We need to tell our stories. That's why I want the listening public, I want the viewers to stay tuned. We need to push our stories. We need to change the narratives from the negatives, you know, to the positive.
Beautiful.
You know, and that's what we're doing. We're changing the storyline. We're taking you from, oh, I don't like. We want people to go on vacation. We want people to go reset their mindset. You understand? And take your mind off this economic boah. You understand? And go back, you know, and reset your mindset.
Okay.
You know, just follow us. We'll give you tips. You know, low cost travel. You know, beautiful low cost travel that you can embark on, and enjoy yourself. You know, so we got so much stories to tell. You know, we got movies. You know, we got documentaries.
Entertainment.
It's just entertainment galore.
Yeah.
You understand? It's just
Okay, finally, you talked about giving us the positives. You know, Nigeria has been placed in this negative way. Nigeria has been faced with so many things. Like, okay, fine, people from other parts of the world will say Nigeria is actually, or let me just say Africa in general, they are more like jungles, monkeys, and bananas and all that. Most especially in Nigeria.
Okay, let me
a lot of negatives. So how is AT&T
I know where you're driving.
And let the world know that Nigeria is actually the best place.
Okay, now the narrative we're selling, you know, on this platform is taking Africa to the world.
Bam.
You know, we're taking Africa to the world by projecting Africa in every available, you know, ways we can do it.
Beautiful.
The industry, like I said, is massive. You know, an average African never likes to go on vacation. You know, never likes traveling. You know, so these guys on the Western platform, you know, want to come to Africa and see if truly, you know, Africans are still on trees. you know,
Funny.
if Africans are still on trees.
Exactly.
You know, but they know we've got skyscrapers in Africa.
Whoa.
You know, we've got skyscrapers in Africa. We've got beautiful places in Africa.
Proudly Africa.
Proudly Africa. So we're taking Africa to the world. And let me give you icebreaker. Let me break the ice, you know, on this.
Okay.
Things fall apart.
Yes.
We know the novel. We know the movie.
Yes.
Written by Chinua Achebe,
Achebe,
you know,
yes.
late, you know, Professor Chinua Achebe, and we know the initial movie, you know.
Yeah. Main actor Peter Doce.
Yeah, Peter Doce, you know, the veteran Nigerian,
Yeah, the man
Nollywood
himself.
actor, did Okonkwo, the major
Yes.
character. Very soon, you know, Things Fall Apart is coming to big cinemas, and
Whoa.
believe me, who's acting Okonkwo? I just got first-hand information, you know, when I was in Algiers.
Okay.
Idris Elba is doing Okonkwo, so It's coming to it's coming to the cinema, and whether we like it or not, the African narratives, the African narratives needs to be told in a different
I
platform.
think I need to scream.
No,
This is it. I'm always telling you, stay glued to ATnT360 radio. This is actually the first place you are hearing this thing. Idris Elba, Asokonkwo. Oh my God, boss,
and
boss.
I'm looking forward to Ijaba when I hear Okonkwo Ebubedike.
Hey, I'm already
Ebubedike,
having these
you know.
things,
So
goosebumps in my body,
the storyline is Hollywood is tired of its storyline, and Hollywood is coming to Africa to create stories. And if you don't know, it's been on. Penguins of Madagascar is an African story.
What?
No, you should know Madagascar is in Africa. So everybody's coming in to do something in Africa. The Wakanda now is an African story, and a couple of Lion King.
Yes,
Yeah,
the
it's an
Lion
African
King. I
story.
saw that somewhere too.
Yeah,
Yes.
Simba, it's an African story. So Africa is popping up to
I'm
the world.
proud
you
to
know,
be an
and
African.
AT&T is not left out this story.
Yes.
We are recreating our own story regarding tourism in Africa, in Nigeria. We're bringing it to the screens too. You understand? So we want to tell stories about destinations that will drive you to make a visit to those destinations.
Okay, sir. So finally, if someone's actually aspiring to have a radio or TV stations and all that, what message will you give to the youngsters?
There's nobody that would aspire for something if you don't have a dream. You're not aspiring for anything.
If you don't,
You must have that dream first. You
okay,
understand?
having a dream.
It's not just aspiring to own a TV or radio station.
Okay.
Aspiring to do business. You understand?
Business.
Aspiring to do business, you must own a dream first.
Okay.
We owning a platform, to sell our content, aviation, travels, and tourism. It's not something that just, one day.
Yeah,
It's been in the,
Just ain't talk about.
yeah, it's been in the bag for like ages, and I think one of the inspiring, personalities that actually made this possible, was late Chief Raymond Dokpesi, the late chairman of
AIT.
Ray Dark Communication.
Dark communication, yes, sir.
Dark Communication.
Yes.
Dark Communications are the owners of AIT.
AIT.
So I'm so used to say AT&T360, Dark Communication are
body.
owners of AIT and Ray Power.
Yes.
So if I tell you now, you understand where I got that from.
Whoa.
So, Ice Plus Business Network are the owners of ATnT360 TV and radio.
Okay.
So I saw him do it, and I saw him do it well.
Okay.
As a child, I listened to Ripper, first independent, TV radio, in Nigeria, and I had icons I would always look up to, Baba Kenny's of this world.
Kenny,
K1,
Kenny, K1.
Babakura Abajato.
Okay,
these
now.
These guys made my dream to own.
Thumbs up.
Yeah, own a media platform.
Okay.
And my passion for news, can be taken away. My passions for news. I want to chalk out the best of news for everybody as regard, travels, as regard aviation, as regard, tourism. So we're going to take content over and over, in the aviation sector. We're going to talk to pilots. We're going to talk to engineers. We're going to talk to all players in the industry, from administrative to operation, personalities, in that industry.
Okay.
It's not just about flying, those that make the landing and the flying possible. There's so much, to do, in the aviation sector. So we zoom in further into the, ground level and see all players in the industry, what their contribution is, to the industry. It's a transport industry, and it's not It's not by wishing, it's by doing.
Yes.
You understand? So a lot of hands must be on deck. You understand, for this stuff, to work. So that's it. And like I said, the tourism industry. Let me give you a breakdown of it. Tourism industry. We're talking about destination points.
Yes.
Yeah, we're talking about anywhere you want to visit that is not a regular place for you. You know, we'll bring from the mountain top to the beaches, to the lakeside, to the riverside, to the savannas, to the mangrove setting, anything forest, anywhere, in as much as it's safe, we'll go there. We'll bring you first-hand information, about these things. Yeah, beautiful hotels, beautiful resort centers that you need to go chill out, have the best of, time, meditate and plan for the future. So all these stuff are things that we're going to bring to your area. And not just bringing it, we'll tell you what it would take you, to make these things happen in terms of, naira and kobo. And for those watching us outside the shores of this country, if I say naira and kobo, I mean our local currency. So for every local currency that that you spend, we'll do a package for you at a very affordable rates.
Yes.
So we'll be doing intercultural integration. Tourism is not just about going to visit places. So we'll explore religious tourism, explore cultural tourism, sport tourism.
Yes.
Tourism
and sports.
All aspects of tourism are things that we're going to talk about.
Okay.
And let the people know, what it is, fully. So that's it. So,
All right,
so
listeners and viewers, thank you very much. I believe you actually enjoyed yourself. Bringing the big fish to this studio, no be small thing. But I said for you people, una go see am straight up. I'm so excited, and I know you're also excited. But tune in for the next episode because we have lots of interesting things in line for you. You are our first priority, so please subscribe and follow us on ATnT360 Radio on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Okay, sorry, it's not Twitter. Oh, sorry, not X. Sorry, I want Gen Z. X. And also other social media.
Ladies and gentlemen, viewers, it's a pleasure, talking to you, and it's a pleasure bringing so much all the way from Algiers and putting you in line of things to come on our platform. It's a pleasure, to be seated here with, one of the greatest assets that AT&T360's got. The man with the golden voice. The man behind every of our masculine voiceover. If you get to listen to, watch any of our programs, you Aquaba. That's the man, behind that's the man behind the voice. On this note, I want to say thank you very much. Like I would always say, gracias, adios, amigos.
Yeah.
Bon voyage. I'll see you some other time.
Yeah.
Stay blessed and keep watching us on every social media platform. From this table of the fabulous one, I call myself Fabulous B.I.G.
Yeah.
That's my name.
I'm still the man, the very man himself, MGV, the man with golden voice. And tune in. We love you.